This episode of Fist Dusters. Can you make a cannonball out of fruitcake? Does vodka make a Christmas tree last longer? And are millions of people killed by the Inquisition? Chili squirrel. Chelsea chipmunk. They are the Mist Dusters.
This time we're looking into something fairly complex, Chelsea. A historical matter. Namely, the Inquisition.
Oh, you mean the fable that had killed millions of people, right?
That's one part of it. But we also want to look into other aspects of it, too.
And so Shelley's off to the library again. And she finds some pretty reliable sources that suggest that this fable is way off from the start.
I found some scholars who wrote some pretty detailed works on the Inquisition, especially in its most famous incarnation in Spain. From the looks of things, a lot of funny atheists are relying on some pretty outdated material. It's not unusual to make it out that the Catholic Church was some kind of bad guy on a power trip, like they're killing people for the fun of it or something. Turns out the church was the one stable institution that provided leadership and order in that time that no one else could or did provide.
So, are you saying the Inquisition was started as a way of discharging what they thought was their responsibility to act?
That's exactly it.
So why do they call it the Inquisition anyway? It sounds like they were asking people questions, not killing them.
Well, originally the idea was just to find the Catholic heretics by asking around for them. The problem is that no one wanted to turn themselves or others in. That's when they decided to start asking questions. Hey, I've got this fruitcake ready for the cannon.
I don't think that's the kind of fruitcake we want.
What's really crazy about this fable is that some funny atheists have the Inquisition killing what would have been nearly the entire population of some countries back then. It turns out that initially the punishment for those who confessed to heresy had only two parts: excommunication from the church, followed by being handed over to secular authorities for punishment, which was usually banishment and the confiscation of their property.
So in the end, how often did the Inquisition use torture or execute people?
Very rarely, as it turns out. It seems most people just went for the light penance, even if they weren't guilty. Execution was reserved only for unrepentant or relapsed heretics, and that number was pretty small. In fact, one historian says that although the Spanish Inquisition lasted hundreds of years, it's unlikely that more than 2,000 people were executed for heresy in all that time.
Well, isn't that pretty serious for just heresy?
That's just it, Chelsea. In that time, calling it just heresy misses the point.
Well, I guess the bottom line is that although there were certainly some bad things done by the Inquisition, fundy atheists are going way overboard in the way they describe it.
Yeah, I mean, the way they describe it, you'd think the Pope was sending armies all around Europe, arresting, torturing, and killing everyone who even looked funny. So what should we call this one? Dusted?
Dusted.